Hey guys, this is rK. I've been playing around with my elevators, so this one over here is the one that I showed off in my last video. Um, it's 5 high, or covers a 5 high space, so basically if you have a 4 high corridor, it works, at least for me. It uses an individual pulse limiter for each retraction that's necessary to go back down. Um, And I started playing with another one over here. Same idea, an individual pulse limiter for each retraction, except for floor 3. So this one's only a 3 high corridor, as you can see. It requires only 6 retractions instead of 10, so that was kind of why I wanted to play with it, is because it was going to require less wiring. Um, so you've got, I was going to have 2 pulses come in on floor 3. Basically, it would have a loop over here to send a second pulse in a little bit later. And then one of my friends on the IRC channel for our SMP servers like, well, why don't you just use delay routes and, in order to compact it? It's like, wow, that's a really good idea. So this is the completed Mark II of my elevator. This is only a 3-floor or a 3-space high corridor elevator, so it has to move 4 spaces and has 4 pistons, 3 sticky, 1 non. Or you can use a sticky if you want, but it's kind of wasteful. And it's significantly smaller than even the one that I was working on. The entire thing works. Let's go check it out. So turn off flying, going up, sweet, and going back down. So it's a little idiosyncratic, once again because of the way that pistons work. So pistons can get power not only from the block that they're sitting, or from the level that they're sitting on, as can be seen here, but also from the level higher. So you can also get it from the level basically that the piston is going to move into, which makes it a little hectic because sometimes when you're pulsing through these, you'll have a pulse from like a higher level at the same time, you're at the same moment as a pulse from a lower level, and so it doesn't actually change the state if both of those happen to be on at that moment. So, trying to get the timing straight once again took me a while. A lot less time than yesterday. I've probably only been playing with it for about hour and a half. Took me about an hour to get the initial wire done and did some research for about an hour. Another hour to start getting blocks done, and about another hour, hour and a half to finish all the wiring, specifically timings. So the way it works is you'll notice I don't have an up and a down button anymore. I just have a button. The button will change the state anytime you press it. Doesn't matter if you want to go up or down. Oh, I'm flying. Going down. And in order to do that, rather than an RS NOR latch, I have a T flip-flop, T for toggle apparently. So this from here, let's see, where's my marks? From going up from here to here. So all of this in pink is my T flip-flop. And so this uses a sticky piston. This is a very compact vertical design that I found on the wiki. And so basically whenever you press the button in order to get an on or on-off state, you get a total state switch within it. So if I press the button now, you'll see that this all changes, but because it triggered the piston, it's going to lower that block in there, and so it causes the entire state to change for all, for all of it. And so if I hit it again here, you'll notice the block comes up, this all goes off because that knot gets triggered. Excuse me, goodness. Diet Dr. Pepper is not being kind to me today.
and so it'll switch it back. So this is a really nice compact design. Once again, I found it on the Wikipedia, or the Minecraft wiki. I don't know who made it originally. The credit's in there somewhere, but it's really sexy. In order to feed it, I have, since I want the button on either floor to trigger it, I have a vertical downward set of repeaters so that they connect over here at the lower level input. You could also just do a trailing staircase, 2x2 swirling staircase of awesomeness, basically, from here, and then another one to here would allow you to just trail redstone through to this, and then you wouldn't need that. However, it requires you to go out 2 more blocks, or 1 more block for only 2 blocks, which is kind of wasteful since you're already kind of having to utilize this space anyway. If you end up putting this like flush in a corner or something, then yeah, you could definitely have this trail down instead. Basically, you would just put redstone through here. It would cycle through to that, and you'd remove this. But I kind of liked the more compact nature of this. So this is it. And yes, this block is required to make it toggle properly, apparently. It's kind of weird. So then it's going to come through here. This right here, it triggers the bottom one, but the rest of just this area from this up is the triggers for the up motion. Makes it very simple, a lot more compact. Noticed it's not the 4, I think it was 4 or 5 wide that was on my original. It's only 2. And then this over here is all of the footprint that's needed in order to retract it. In order to do this and make it a little more compact, I actually tied the first 2 retractions into the main state toggle from the original power or power off. You'll see that here. So I've got, the main power going down in this. So there's the first floor one, the second floor, the third floor, and the fourth floor. And at this third floor one, or I guess third upward toggle, it's got another branch out so that it will trigger here on the 5th block high in order to retract that one first. So oops, I do this all the fucking time. I hate builder mode. So when you press the button the first time, you see it powers up and it sends power all the way through this, but that's okay. These 2 are sharing power at the same spot, and these 2 are sharing power at the same spot. And so when you hit it again, it powers off here momentarily, but it continues sending the power through, so it'll retract again in a moment. So it causes this one to retract, and then the next one down here to retract, with proper timings, of course. So it sends a pulse through, and then comes down to to block 3, and sends one in there. And then the other 4 pulses are actually handled by the pulse limiter, so it continues down to here. Here's that little pulse limiter down inside. Can't really crouch in this. It's kind of hard to see, but it goes out to this block here, and then it sends it up to 4, which is the 3rd pulse to get sent. So it's going to go 5 here, then 3 down there, then 4 through this block here. It powers this and it heads up. Then it's going to need to power 1, which is powered by here, down through that, and then 2, which gets powered through that. Actually, the timing on 1 and 2 were probably the most annoying to trigger because I have to have repeaters through here because I have redstone right there. So in order to make sure that the redstone doesn't affect my wiring here, I had to make sure that I was using repeaters because repeaters will only take power from the back. The redstone and the repeaters itself there won't interact. So I needed that there, so had to play with this a little bit in order to get the timing right on this level 2 pulse.
And then to finish it up, it's one more third level pulse, which comes in through here, runs through all of this fun stuff to there, and you'll notice that the two third level pulses meet at this point here. So yeah, significantly smaller, a lot more efficient than the last one, and it works. I could probably, if I really wanted to beat my head against it, make it, a little bit more efficient, maybe fix the timings a little bit better, or possibly remove another floor of blocks, but I'm pretty freaking happy with this build right here. Um, so I basically you could put this almost flush against the wall, you're gonna lose one area of wall space is it compared to the back wall there, in order to hide that wiring. And then of course this here, you could stick this in a corner really easily and no one would be the wiser that you've got all this awesome circuitry chilling out on the underside. So yeah, it works, it functions, I'm happy with it. I may actually drop the schematic for it if people ask for it, but it's kind of fun figuring it out for yourself. Anyhow, I've got some other projects to work on here and in WoW, so I will see you guys later. Take care.